Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I've already done my base makeup, blush and stuff. So I am going to try the latest eyeshadow palette that I purchased from Makeup Revolution or Revolution. I think that's their new name. And this is the SophX Revolution palette in Extra Spice. So the first collection are these two right here. So she came up with 24 eyeshadow palette, which has a lot of great colors. This is what the palette looks like. Obviously you got your neutrals, your pop-up colors, and just fun colors all in one. It also comes with a film with the names, which I find quite annoying because you can lose it and not know the names of the shades. And in that same collection, she also came out with the highlighter, and this is the 8 pan highlighter, which I absolutely adore. Like, these are a bunch of highlighter shades that you could definitely use as a eyeshadow or a highlighter. Both of these eyeshadow palettes are very affordable. And then she came out with another palette which is called Extra Spice, and this is 18 eyeshadow palette. So the box looks like this. It's rose gold, and then at the back you have the shades and the shade name. So what I love about this Extra Spice palette is that the packaging is different from the first one. If I could put it side to side, this eyeshadow palette comes with mirror, which is great. And then here are the eyeshadow shades. They are so pretty. They're very warm tone, very vibrant, perfect for summer. As you guys all know, New Zealand is currently in its winter season, but we're heading towards springtime soon. So this will be perfect for, you know, just spring, summer makeup. And what I love about this eyeshadow palette is that the names are actually on the palette, if you could see it right there. It comes with 6 somewhat pressed glitter slash shimmer shadows, and then the rest are matte shadows, which is really good. So I'm going to swatch a few of the eyeshadow shades. So I'm going to swatch 21, which is your nice red eyeshadow. So that's what it looks like right there. Sweet and sour. And then you have vitamin C, which is the yellow shade. So oh my god, they are so pigmented. The yellow shade is a little bit chalky though. And then we're going to try and swatch this shade right here called Brownies. So these are the eyeshadow shades. They're very pigmented. They are a little bit patchy to swatch and a little bit powdery. The eyeshadow palette is very affordable, so you could easily get away with it. So these are the swatches. As you can see, it's a tad bit patchy, but I'm curious to see how it will blend out onto the eyes. And then we are going to swatch the more glittery slash shimmer shades. This shade right here called Everyday, which is a nice champagne pink shade. Ooh, that's very pigmented. And then you have Infinity, which is a straight up silver. Oh my god. And then we have LA Sun, which is your gold. Oh my god, that's like the perfect gold right there. And then we have Romance, which is the cranberry shade. And then we have Aurora right here, which is your green. It has like flecks of glitter, and I feel like this is the least pigmented out of the shimmer shades. I'm kind of running out of arms to swatch. Okay, so these are the shimmer shades right there. As you can see, that silver shade is just to die for. And then we have this nice champagne pink, and then the gold shade didn't actually swatch that great because it kind of blended in with my skin tone. That cranberry shade is so pretty, as well as the Aurora, but I find that that's the least pigmented out of the 5 shimmers. If we are going to compare the shades side by side, there's some similarities in between the eyeshadows. Though the first one that she came up with is a little bit muted compared to the Extra Spice. If I had to pick one palette based on what it looks like, I might have to go with the Extra Spice, just because you have those warm tones and a little bit of cool tones that you can pull off in everyday wear, as well as you have the black. The only complaint I have is it doesn't really have that base shade, which you can get from the first palette, which is up the top. But overall, both of these palettes are unique in their own little way, and I love the fact that both of them has got mirror, which is amazing. I've already primed my eyes, so what I'm going to do is pull my hair back. To start off, since I don't have a good base to set my eyes, I am going to dip into these first Makeup Revolution palette that she came up with, and I am going to grab this shade right here called Pancakes, just to set the lids. And then we're going to dip into the eyeshadow. So to start our transition shade, I am going to use this shade called Running Late, which is the nice orange shade in the palette. The eyeshadow is a tad bit powdery right there, and I've picked up quite a lot of pigment actually, and all you need to do is dust off the excess and hopefully it will blend. Ooh, that is pigmented. So the eyeshadow blends beautifully. Definitely a lot better compared to me swatching it. It's very true to its color from the pan, because I find that drugstore eyeshadows normally would have a very vibrant eyeshadow palette. But then once you put it or apply it onto your eyes, it translates into a whole different eyeshadow shade. It would be either muted or just a tad bit darker. But this one is surprisingly true to the color, which is that one right there. To deepen the eyes a little bit, I might go and use this shade called Chocolate Orange, just to define our crease a little bit more. Again, that shade right there is a little bit powdery, and look how much the brush picked up. So you have to tap the excess. And I'm going to focus that here. Stamp that, and just below the transition shade. And I'm going to go back to Running Late to blend the edges. I'm going to run that chocolate orange on the lower lash line as well, to make the look a little bit more bold. I am going to dip into the shade called 21, which is the bright red, and I'm going to put that on the outer part of the V and the inner corner to create halo eye. And then I am gonna go back and use the shade chocolate orange once again to deepen that up. And blend everything with a transition shade. I will bring that red down to my lower lash line actually. And for the lids, I am going to use a concealer and cut the crease in the middle so the yellow shade will show up a little bit more. Because since it's a very bright color, I want it to show up. With my finger, I'm going to go and grab that shade called Vitamin C and apply that to the negative space in her eye. The shade is a little bit patchy, so it takes a lot of building up. And I'm going to go and blend the red shade. For the lower lash line, I will actually go and use the gold shade called LA Sun, just to give a little bit of dimension to the eyes. For the inner corner highlight, I will take the shade called Everyday, which is the champagne pink that we used before, with a mixture of LA Sun, which is the gold shade. I will just quickly apply my mascara. I didn't want to take away the beauty of the eyeshadow, so I just applied a lot of mascara, hoping that this makeup look will do it justice. And I just applied a nude lip to complement with the eyes. Here is my final look. So overall, my thoughts on this eyeshadow palette, I might have to play with the other shades a little bit more, but the ones that I've tried that are like the warm shades, they're very, very powdery but very pigmented on the lids. As you can see, the pigments are true to its color. It blends beautifully. It doesn't do you a dodgy business at all when it comes to blending and packing on colors. The shimmers are great. You can see my inner corner from the outer space, which is really, really good. And I actually quite like how this matte smoky eye turned out using this eyeshadow palette. So overall, this eyeshadow palette is actually another great affordable option. If I have to choose when it comes to practicality, I would probably have to choose the first palette, mainly because this is more travel friendly and you have more matte shades along this side right here. You have the perfect base shades, the shimmers that you need, and also like these shades right here are a little bit toned down if you're more of a neutral kind of gal. But if you like experimenting with colors, or if you like bold eye makeup look, I highly suggest for you to try this one as well. Revolution eyeshadow palettes in general are great. This is probably the third eyeshadow palette that I've tried on this channel and I really like it. I'm excited to create more looks using the shades that are on this side of the eyeshadow palette. So if you want me to do that, please comment down below. So far, I have nothing bad to say about the eyeshadow palette. As you can see, it performed really well on my eyes. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates because that would mean so much to me. And I will catch you on the next video. Bye!